Hello students, welcome back to my channel again. In this video, we will discuss the cost sheet topic in cost accounting subject, which will be very useful for BCom, BMS, BAP, CA, CS, CMA and other commerce students. So let us begin with the cost sheet topic. Here the format is given how before starting with the practical questions, we'll be seeing the format of the cost sheet. So this is the complete set of format of cost sheet. The name of the company will be written. Thereafter, the cost sheet heading will be given for the period ended, whatever might be the year ending 31st March 2025-26. Okay. Production units are given. How much units we have produced, that will be given here, and the sales units will be given here. It is not necessary that whatever the produce will be sold, all the goods are produced or sold. There might be some closing stock might be having with the company at the end of the year. So production units and the sales units will be different. Okay. So production unit, how much is the produce units and how much units are sold, that will be given here at the right top side of the format. And we'll prepare the particular columns. Amount column might be having two columns, for the inner column and the outer column, and last column will be cost per unit. Okay. What are the main concept will be there? First one is for the direct material. Okay. Direct material. Second is direct labor, and third is direct expenses. These three figures will combine together, will be called as what? The prime cost. Okay. Direct material plus direct labor and direct expenses. In direct material, there might be opening stock of raw materials, the opening stock of raw materials plus the purchase amount plus the carriage inward minus the closing stock of raw materials will give the raw material consumed. Okay. So raw material consumed, in that what will add? Direct labor and direct expenses will add the last total of these three things, material, labor and expenses, will give the prime cost. After that, we will add the factory overheads. Factory overheads, some examples are given: repairs to the machinery. If there is any scrap sold in the factories, which will be deducted, okay, minus it will be deducted in the factory overheads. So total factory overheads is given. Adding that, we will get the what? Gross work cost. Okay. In gross work cost, we will add opening stock of work in progress, that is the figure here, and less closing stock of work in progress. The outer column, the figure will come, and the balance after adding less, the net amount which we get is called as net work cost. Okay. From the net work cost, we will add office and administrative expenses. Examples are given: staff salary, management expenses. These are the examples of the office administration overheads. Adding the office and administration overheads, it will give the cost of production. Okay. After the cost of production, some adjustment of the opening stock of finished goods and closing stock of finished goods is done. Opening stock of finished goods will be added and closing stock of finished goods will be deducted. Okay. After that adjustment, we will get the cost of production of the goods sold. Okay. In that, we'll add the what? Selling and distribution overheads. Examples are given: advertising, commission on sales. Adding this figure, we'll get the what? Cost of sales. Cost of sales. In cost of sales, the profit part is add. The profit part which is add in cost of sales. After that, we will get the what? Sales. In some questions, the sales figure will be given. Total cost we'll be finding out that amount, cost of sales. The profit figure will not be given. The profit figure will be called as what? The balancing figure. Okay, the balancing figure will be called as what? Profit. So these are the informations we can say. Major part is what? The prime cost. Major part is the prime cost, and thereafter factory. In that factory, we will add the office and administration overheads. After office and administration overheads, we will add the selling and distribution overheads. Adding all these figures, which are the figures? Prime cost, factory overheads, office overheads, and selling overheads. We will get the total cost. In that profit, we will add the sales amount we will be getting. Let us solve one of the question. One of the question is given is what? Okay. From the following particulars, prepare the cost sheet showing various elements of cost. Okay. Some expenditures and informations are given. Let us go through that. Opening stock or raw material. It will be coming in the first part, raw material, opening stock. Purchase of raw material. This will also come under raw material, the first part of the cost sheet. Carriage outward. Carriage outward. Outward means what? These goods which are taken out of the factories for selling. That expenditure is called also carriage outward. It is not carriage inward. Carriage inward means it is on purchase. It will be coming under what? The purchase. Okay. Raw material purchase. But this is the carriage outward means what? The sales part. It will be coming under selling and distribution overheads. Okay. So direct wages is given. Okay. Direct wages amount is 4,21,400. Let us draw the line so that the amount, proper amount will be taken. Direct wages is how much? 4,21,400. It will be coming into the prime cost. Second part of the prime cost. There are three components of the prime cost. One is direct material, direct labor, direct expenditure. Okay, we have seen here direct uh, uh, materials. In that, opening stock of will and purchase carriage inward will be coming. Closing stock, direct labor here is given. Okay, so direct labor wages is also called by labor. Okay, amount is 21,400. Direct power is given 25,840. Technical director's salary is given 40,590. Factory rent and rates and insurance is given, that is 10,140. Sale of factory scrap, sale of factory scrap which is sold in the factory will be deducted. It is an income, we can say. Okay, depreciation of the factory building is given, that is 72,500. Closing work in progress is given, that is how much? 1,20,260. Factory stationery is given, which will coming into factory, 12,340. Opening stock of finished goods is given, okay, 45,280. We are given in the format. Okay, finished goods, opening stock of finished goods, we have seen that it will come where after the cost of production, opening stock of finished goods will come. Okay, and closing stock will deduct. So here the opening stock of finished stock is given and the closing stock of finished goods was given. Closing stock of raw material is given. Raw material will be coming in the raw material part, the first part of the cost sheet. Fees for the brand ambassador is given, that is 2 lakhs. Next one, stationery printing is given, amount 12,200. Next one, staff salaries is given, that is 6,30,000. Trade discount is given, okay, 1,20,000. And office rent is given, how much? 60,000. And closing stock of finished goods, here it is given, closing stock of finished goods. Okay, sales are made to earn the profit. Sales are made to earn a profit. Profit is how much? 10% of cost price. Whatever the total cost, on that 10% will be taken as what? Profit. After total cost, adding the profit, we'll get the what? Sales. Okay, so one by one we will be putting that in the format of the cost sheet to find the total sales. So solution will be, here I'm given the solution part. Cost sheet for the year ended, this will be heading. Okay, and two columns are prepared here. This cost per unit column is not required here because the number of units information is not given in the question. So cost per unit column is not required, only the amount column will be required. The amount column, inner column and what? Inner column and outer column will be prepared. Okay, direct material is the starting information given. From that direct material we'll add direct wages and what? Direct what? Expenses. Okay, this will give the what? The prime cost. Okay, in that we'll add the what? Work cost. Okay, work overheads, we can say. We'll get the work cost. In work cost we will add the office and administration overheads. After adding office and administration works, what will get? Cost of production. Okay, cost of production. In cost of production, we'll adjust what? Opening stock of finished goods and closing stock of finished goods. What will get? The cost of goods sold we will get. Okay. After the cost of goods sold, we will make an adjustment of office and administration overheads expenditures. Adding the office and administration overheads, we'll get the, there's some printing mistake here. The expenditure will be, which will be covered, is called as selling and distribution overheads. Selling and I'm writing in short form, selling and distribution overheads. Okay, short form OH. After adding selling and distribution overheads, the total cost will get, in total cost what will add? The profit part, and profit for adding that we will get the what? Sales. Okay, so what are the informations which are related to what? Direct materials that we has to take into this consideration. Opening stock is raw material, right? This is the comes under raw material. Purchase raw materials, it will also come under raw material. Okay, what else information is given regarding the raw materials? See, the closing stock of raw materials is also given here. This will come under raw material, right? And any other expenditure is given in respect of the direct materials. I think these are the informations which are given. Carriage outward is given. Carriage outward will be coming under the what? The sales expenditure, selling and distribution overheads. Okay, so see here, opening stock how much? 1,10,000. Purchase 8,25,000. Okay, purchase this amount, 1,10,000 and 8,28,000. Oh, sorry, 8,25,000. Next is the closing stock of material. How much? 36,920. 36,920. Okay. Adding these figures and deducting 36,920, what will get? The amount which will get is 8,98,080, which is the called as material part. Okay, material consumed, what we can say, direct material consumed. In that we'll add the other part, that is the carriage direct wages. How much it is? 4,21,000. This amount 28,500 will be appearing in selling and distribution overheads. It will not come under the direct expenses. It will come in the selling and distribution overheads, which amount 28,500. Direct wages to 4,21,400. That is the amount after the direct material. Here it is, the 4,21,400. Okay. After the direct expenses is also given, direct expenses in the form of direct power 25,840. 25,840, which is taken here. After these three figures, three figures, that is direct material, direct wages and direct expenses, what will get? The prime cost. Prime cost is 13,45,320. From that prime cost will add the what? Work overheads. What are work overheads information given? See here, technical director salaries. Okay, technical director salaries which are required in the factories, which will be called as factory expenses. Amount is how much? 40,590. Next, what are the other expenditure given in respect of the factory? Factory rent, rates and insurance. This amount also will be appearing in what? Factory overheads. Okay, factory. Next one is depreciation on sales of factory scrap will be the, we will show it in the last figure of the factory overheads because it is an income. Okay, depreciation on the factory building is 75,200. Okay, this will be coming here, that is 75,200. Next, factory stationery. Factory stationery, here it is, how much? 12,340. Closing work in progress will be coming under the after the cost of factory overheads. So factory stationery is taken here, that is how much? 12,340, right? Total factory cost is added. From that, one of the figure, that is what? sale of scrap will be deducted. That is 1460, which was given here. Sales, right? Sales of scrap. How much? 1460. It is an income, therefore it is shown as what? Negative figure. The balance amount which will be appearing outside is called as what? 1,36,810. From that we will add the opening stock of WAP, but in this question WAP is not given opening stock, but closing stock of WAP is given, which is how much? 1,20,260. Okay, see here it is closing stock of closing work in progress. How much? 1,20,000. How much? 260. That is deducted here. Then we will get the what the work cost. How much work cost? 1 lakh 13,61,870. From that we'll add the office and administration overheads. What are the office and administration overheads are given in the question? Printing stationery is given, right? See here, printing stationery, staff salaries. Okay, stationery printing 12,200. Okay, and other office expenses which are given. Office rent is how much? 60,000, right? And other expenses, staff salary is given, office rent is given. This will be coming in where? The selling and distribution overheads. Sorry, factory office and administration overheads. It will come in office and administration overheads. Okay, adding this figure 7,02,200. The cost of production will be there. In that, opening stock of finished goods and closing stock finished goods will be adjusted, which is given opening stock. The opening stock was given here. Opening stock of finished goods is 45,280, which will be here coming after cost of production 45,280, and from that the closing stock of finished goods will be directed. That is 50,240, which is given here. 50,240, right? After adding and deducting the opening and closing stock finished goods, we will get cost of goods sold. From that, the sales expenditure, selling and distribution goods will be added. Carriage outward, which was given in the initial part, starting given the starting part, carriage outward 28,500, and thereafter fees paid for brand ambassadors. There are actors who act as an ambassadors for selling the product. Okay, that will be considered for selling and distribution overheads, 2 lakh rupees. And last, free sample which is given to the customers for promotion of the goods, that is amounted 20,320. Total selling and distribution overheads is 2,48,820. Adding all those things with the cost of goods sold, okay, we will get the total cost 23,07,930. Okay, this is total cost. This is total cost 23,07,930. In that, add profit of how much percentage? 10%. 23,07,930. On that 10% will be 2,30,793. Adding these two things, total cost plus profit, we will get the what? Total sales. Okay. So this is how the cost sheet will be presented. From in the question, we need to segregate the expenditure. Which are the expenditures or the direct expenditures in the form of direct material, direct expenses, direct labors, and we have to identify which expenditures are related to factory overheads, office and administration overheads, and selling and distribution overheads. Okay, we have to put that all those expenditures in the proper heading, and we have to take the total of all those amount. Last amount which comes will be total cost. In total cost, we will add the profit and we will get the sales. Some working note also, we can also write trade discount is ignored in the deciding the cost. Trade discount, in the question one information was given, trade discount is never recorded in the books of accounts. Okay, this one, trade discount is never recorded in the books of account, therefore this trade discount is ignored in the cost sheet. Okay, next one, sales of the factory's scrap will be deducted from the factory overheads. because it is a scrap. Okay, scrap means it is income. It will not increase the cost, it will reduce the cost. Therefore, we will deduct in the factory overheads. And free sample is considered what advertising cost. Therefore, it is taken as where it is taken in the selling and distribution overheads. Okay, so this is the format. Just I directly given the solution in the format of PDF, making this video is a short. Otherwise, I would have solved this question in live. So this was the format of the cost sheets which we've been presented. We've gone through the theory parts, how the theory will be there, starting direct material, direct labor, direct expenses will be forming prime cost. In prime cost, adding the factory overheads, we'll get the gross work cost. In gross work cost, after making adjustment of opening and closing stock of work in progress, we'll get the net work cost. In net work cost, we'll add office and administration overheads. The amount will be cost of production. In that, we'll add opening stock of finished goods and we'll deduct the closing stock of finished goods. We'll get the cost of production, and adding in the selling and distribution overheads, in that we'll get the total cost, or we can also say as cost of sales. Adding the profit, in that we'll get the what sales. So this was a small video on the one of the question of the cost sheet. Okay, I hope that you have got an idea of how to solve the cost sheet sums. I will also upload more videos on the other topic also. So subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get the regular updates on important concept based learning and score more marks in your examinations. Keep updates. The more videos will be uploaded. Thank you.